Oh, so I'm gonna make this real short, sweet, and to the point. So Troy Ave went to the Breakfast Club. I saw a lot of the feedback from that interview. A lot of people were saying Troy was speaking some real stuff. He was speaking real facts. He's mature. He's grown. He's handling it the right way. And Troy is as real as it gets. There's no snitch code that applies to Troy and all that type of stuff. So, for one, I'm gonna get this out the way quick. I'm a civilian. I'm not no street dude, so I don't apply by street rules at all. You know what I mean? I don't apply by any type of street rules. Only thing my pops told me about the snitching stuff is that if you are committing something, if you're doing something with somebody that you're not supposed to be doing, and they get caught, and or you get caught and they don't, you don't go tell on that person because you got caught and you mad that they need to get caught too. You know what I mean? But other than that, I don't know about no snitch rules and all that type of stuff. I'm gonna speak on my feelings towards Troy Ave and how these feelings culminated or whatever. So I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Yes, Troy Ave went up there and he was talking some real stuff when he was up there, basically saying about how you can't buy cars or houses, and you can't help your people with street cred. Street cred is not actual credit that you can turn into the store and buy a house with. All those type of things. Those are facts that me and my homies speak on all the time. Street cred and hood stripes is overrated, to be honest, and it always has been. But let's be clear, right? Troy Ave has found himself into a messed up situation. And for one, I don't wish jail on nobody. I mean, I only wish jail on people like child molesters, rapists, and mass murderers, and what's the word I'm looking for? Serial killers and stuff like that. But other than that, I don't wish jail on people. But he's found himself into a bad situation, and this is what's interesting to me, because before Troy Ave got into this situation, he was the biggest gangster of them all. He was out there trying to sell and perpetuate this image of him being this real street dude. And he was trying to sell it so hard that he was doing some of the most ignorant stuff. Like, the man came in court with a hat with bullet holes on it, with a hat that said something about crack dealer, and then had a bulletproof vest on as his actual outfit. Like, not under his clothes. The bulletproof vest was a part of his outfit. Going to court with it. Like, bro, stop playing with them laws like that. Stop playing with them like that. Stop playing with your freedom like that. And you're a grown man over 30 years old. I didn't even know he was that old. With children. And you're willing to risk your freedom to have some type of street cred, and so people can look at it and say, Troy Ave a legend because he went to court with a bulletproof vest on. Like, listen, this is not no video game. This is real life. Like, you can't be out here trying to perpetuate this big, hard gangster image. He out there calling everybody weirdos and just moving so crazy to me. Like, the stuff that he was doing, like, he was just so into portraying this image of him being a gangster. And it's like, it's kids that look at that type of stuff and think that's real. It's people that look at that and think that's okay. Even when he dissed Capital Steez, Joey Badass, his homie, a dude that committed suicide. This man went on, made a video about it, mocking this man death on top of a roof, because the man allegedly jumped off a roof and committed suicide. He made a video taunting this man's death. This man got family that's seeing this type of stuff, and he thought that was cool. And when they tried to give him plenty times to apologize for it or say that he regretted it in past interviews, he never did. He never said he regretted it, and I thought that was corny, because a man can realize when he's wrong and admit to it. But he always kept going on with this gangster image. And to me, it's like now he's finding the time to try to switch up the image now. And listen, I never criticize for people for their time or when they switch, but you gotta applaud them for when they wake up and realize things. But I just can't get over the fact how Troy is still trying to play both sides of the fence. He's still trying to be a street dude, but still trying to abide by civilian rules. He's trying to tiptoe that line, and you cannot do that. You know what I'm saying? You got to pick a side. You cannot do that. And I say that because in the midst of him talking all this mature stuff about him changing and how he was ignorant and how street cred came by this and street cred came by that. And he was talking about the streets was a myth. When they asked him about do he regret things, especially with the Capital Steez situation, dissing Joey Badass's dead homie, he don't talking about he gonna say he don't regret nothing. He don't never regret nothing. Like, that's not him. He don't regret stuff. Like, bro, stop it, man. You can regret stuff. What's wrong with you regretting it and admitting that you did something wrong and that it wasn't okay? Especially that. I thought that was the corniest thing in the world. This is a dead man's homie. Like, I don't even like when rappers in the shot do that. Like, I think that's the corniest stuff in the world because that person is not there to defend themselves. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't like that type of stuff, man. It's just like everything that he was perpetuating. It's kids that really thought that stuff is cool and people saying that that's real. And I'm like, are we watching the same interview? Are we raised off the same principles and values? We can't be. Because the stuff that he was like validating and he was standing for, I would never put my stamp on nothing like that. Like, the way he was moving, like, you going to court wearing a bulletproof vest with holes and a hat that crack dealer on it with bullet holes in it. Like, are you for real? Like, come on, man. Like, you was so fixated. He was so fixated with his image being this big gangster dude and him trying to be this street legend that he couldn't differentiate real life from fiction. Like, real life from just music and entertainment. You know what I mean? Now he sees it, but I feel like he should have been saying this image, especially with the fact that he has children. He's over 30 years old. I thought this man was like 25 or something, my age or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, no, it's like now you trying to flip it now. It's like, bro, like, why you couldn't? I know I'm sounding picky from talking about when he switched, but it's the fact that he's still trying to abide by, trying to be still street. I don't regret nothing. Like, come on, man. That's clownish ways, brother. Come on, man. You was a black dude that came from the hood and making money legitly. Why you can't just stop trying to do over the top stuff to try to compensate, to try to live up to being street? Just be yourself and be cool, man. Like, I just never got that, man. So when he went up to the Breakfast Club, he was talking that. Yes, he was talking real stuff, but I'm looking at it like, for all this gangsters, tough, big, bad, tough Tony stuff he was talking and switch it up now is crazy, but I'm glad he switched it, but it's just crazy.